It's good to have you back. Let's bring you this, though. Come July, well, of course, government will start the rollout of the new driving rules, as well as the demerit system, which is outlined in the Aarto Act. Well, the Automobile Association says that it's not convinced at this stage that traffic authorities will be able to enforce the new rules. But among them is a 0% alcohol limit for drivers, and the demerit system could see drivers losing their licenses in the event that they, of course, accumulate too many demerit points for traffic offences. So talking to us more from Pretoria is, of course, AA spokesperson, Mr. Layton Beard. Mr. Beard, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I mean, I'm a driver myself. I am confused. Gareth is confused. I'm sure we reflect a majority of South Africans who want to know if indeed this demerit system will, number one, be implemented on the 1st of July and also what it encompasses. What do you know?
Yeah, I mean, the last we heard officially from the Department of Transport was on the 19th of May when the Director General, Mr. Alex Moemi, spoke about what the plans were for Aarto, and he said that phase one will kick in on the 1st of July. That has since been clarified by the Road Traffic Infringement Agency, which is the agency that will actually administer Aarto. And they said, yes, phase one will kick in on the 1st of July, and that's to register authorities and for training. But the actual system itself is not going to be implemented on the 1st of July. And I think our concern as the Automobile Association is that there is no information coming from the authorities on exactly what the situation is with Aarto. And many people believe that come 1st of July, there's a switch that's going to be flicked and Aarto will be in place and all of a sudden we'll be driving under a new dispensation. And that clearly is not the case.
Yeah, and I understand that furthermore to your concerns is the fact that if this is, the lack of clarity that we're seeing as South Africans right now, will they then be able to sustain and implement, these demerit system points once, of course, the implementation starts or, the notices begin? Isn't that so that, are they able then to handle this pressure?
Well, I think that's a very good question, Tumelo. We don't know. And I think part of the reason why the rollout is going to happen, according to the RTIA, is that the systems are going to be tested to ensure that they have enough capacity to actually implement Aarto and the demerit point system. I think a concern for us would be is why are we waiting until the 1st of July for that to happen? If the system is going to be implemented, what have we been doing for the last couple of weeks and months and years in terms of making sure that that system is ready? Be that as it may, they've said that each of the phases will take 3 months to implement. This is according to their spokesperson. 3 times 5 is 15 months. So we're looking, perhaps, 3 months from this time next year for the full implementation of Aarto, for all the regulations to be written and to be published so that everybody knows, where we are in terms of those. So it's something in terms of the demerit point system. The AA has always been in favour of the demerit system. I think the current format of Aarto is something that concerns us. But again, we'd like some more clarity on exactly what the timeframes are, because I think it has an impact on so many people and so many companies that it's only fair that we know exactly where we stand.
Right. And as you're talking, I keep wondering, where is the Department of Transport's voice in all of this?
Yes, I think that, it's incumbent upon the department to keep the citizens informed as to what's going on. Because, as I say, this doesn't only affect individual motorists. There are many companies out there who are looking at this, trying to understand exactly how this is going to impact on them. Fleets are involved. There is a very significant consequence to the implementation of Aarto for every person in this country, not only for individuals, but for companies as well. We are 2 weeks away from the launch of the system. Those are the timeframes that have been given and were published. Yet, the AA raised a concern last week, and only after that was there some reply to that.
Right.
But we would like to have seen more communication to the public around this issue of Aarto and exactly what the timeframes are.
And as we wait, obviously, for this communication, be it from the RTIA or even from the Department of Transport, what is then the AA's advice to drivers at this point while we wait?
Look, I think the point of the Aarto demerit point system is not that, your driving behavior needs to change. I think you still need to be as good a driver as you can. you still need to obey the rules of the road. You need to be vigilant when you're behind the wheel of a vehicle. You need to follow all the rules of the road. So that doesn't change. When Aarto is eventually implemented, what will change is the way in which you are fined. You won't get a fine, you'll get an infringement notice. And there are obviously many schedules to that infringement notice, or many infringement notices you can receive. So it's very important that you're aware of exactly what the offences are that you stand to commit. But our advice to people is carry on driving safely, obey the rules of the road, be courteous to other drivers, and watch out for pedestrians and cyclists. That's the same type of advice we would give under any circumstance.
That's a non-negotiable, definitely. Layton Beard, thank you so much for speaking to us. That's the AA's spokesperson at this hour.